Okay, I think we're on, and no, like I was just telling you before, like we haven't been on live here in some time.
Yeah.
It's been about a month. I think it was the 7th or 8th of last month of July when the U.S. played Belgium. That was the last time we were live, and the last time we did an open bar was 3 months ago, almost to the day. In May. So it's like it's been a while since we've been doing the live stuff or doing anything like that. And as I was just telling you before, like I started because I was like, man, we're not really doing anything. It's the summer. We haven't even done any of our Friday forecasts or anything like that. We're not prepared. We don't have anything like that. So I started doing some scripted videos for the first time. I was like, hey, listen, it's about time I start writing, start doing things like that. So I sat down, I wrote, I did a whole review of the NFC East. Whether you think it's good or bad, I don't give a shit. I did it, so
Yeah.
whatever. So I did that. I put it out there. I think I got like 7 views or something. Fine, don't care. Like I've kind of come to the realization nobody's ever going to watch this or us. But what am I going to do? We don't have any money. We don't have any backing. We don't have anything else like that. We don't have any other writers. It'd be like I look at all these other channels and they have like writers and they have stuff on it, and I always think it's like, damn, how cool would that be? And it's like we don't have anybody. It's me. And I would love to say it's also you, but the problem is you have a family and you have a job, so and unfortunately that can't also be you. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's you have way too many other obligations. I'm the loser here. And so just as I start getting that going, just as I'm like, hey, I got into a little bit of a writing groove. I'm like, hey, let's go. It seems to be pretty good. Seems to be pretty good. It always seems to happen whenever I start doing stuff. Like I remember when I was back in 2020 when I started going to the gym, started getting healthier, doing things like that. Bam, COVID came, shut down everything. Couldn't go to the gym. I was like, all right, well, screw it. Anytime I ever try to, do walking or do something healthier or do something productive, in essence, like in this case, writing or something, always seems like something is always happening. And this time, Jimbo, no different. Got a hole in my foot. I got a hole in my foot. I
Holy
have
foot.
the most blessed of feet, for it is now holy. Is it a hole in my foot? Is it stigmata? Am I the chosen one by the Lord? We'll talk about that in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Open Bar, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Stay Tuned Sports. It's been a while. Great to have. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stay Tuned Sports, the Open Bar. I guess we're still running with that for now. I don't know. We are all over when it comes to the branding, as it is. My name is King. That right over there is your good friend Jimbo. And we thank you for joining us on this Friday, as we're going to start getting back into a bit of the swing of things because, hey, football's back, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It was on last night. It was fun to see. If you like anything about this channel, don't know why you would, you can check out the NFC East scripted video I did. If you want to, go right ahead, take a look at it, as not many people did. But if you like that, if you like anything else that we're doing, something that might give us a little bit of spark to do more things, give us a like, give us a share, of course, as always, and hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers here on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube. We also have a link for our donation station and our merch store in the top of the chat and below in the description, as well as a link for our Discord as well. ELS in the chat says, P.S. What the hell is writer? You don't know what a writer? Oh, well. ELS, you do your stuff off the cuff too. You just look at trains and are like, fucking trains! Let's go! Choo-choo! Like, yeah. That's not true. ELS has some great videos. He does. Go check him out. ELS Train Tuber 501 over on the YouTube at ELS Train Tuber 501. Go check him out. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. He certainly does deserve it. He puts a lot of hard work. He's got over thousands. He's got a lot more subscribers than we do. That's for sure. But yeah, go check out his channel. It's something. So yeah, it's kind of weird. So before I start going into my shit, Jimbo, how you been on this? The last time we saw you was a month ago. I believe you were with us for the Belgian game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the last time that we all saw each other here on the Great and Glorious YouTube. How you been over the last month?
I mean, obviously I wasn't on YouTube because I really took that loss to heart. And,
Dude,
it's hard
I'm
to get
sorry.
over, and
I don't disagree with that. I know you don't care. You're making fun of it because you're a soccer person. You're not a soccer person, but me, I was like, man, I stopped. I was like addicted to watching all the games. Like I watched every group stage game. I was watching every knockout stage game. We lost that game. I literally stopped watching. Like I watched a little bit here or there. I caught a little bit, but I stopped watching. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was nothing that really, like no storylines that really pulled me in to say, hey, watch the game. Like I didn't even know the championship game was over till the next day.
Right.
And,
yeah.
No, but no, it was good. It was fun this past month or so. Got to spend some time with my well, you guys saw John the last time that we were on here.
Yes.
So he's back in Arizona now. I think he just went back to school last week, started school back up.
Okay.
Doing some house projects. Well, paying people to do house projects because I don't have
as
time
well.
To
you should. No, listen.
shit.
When you for those things, that's it. You're not paying for. Well, you're paying for somebody to solve a problem. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have a problem. Now you could do it yourself, but as with most things, probably best to let somebody else take a crack
let
at
the experts
do
it.
Yeah,
But
it's cheaper if I do it. Yeah, but it might be. It could be.
Yeah.
There's a chance it could be, but it might snowball itself into something else. So best to leave that to the professionals.
In the short term, it might be cheaper, but then actually last weekend I went up to New York to see my family and my nieces, and
right.
Obviously, my niece Ember, she was happy to see me. Last time I saw Violet, who will be 2 this December, obviously wasn't talking just yet, or very, very rough with talking. And about 2-3 hours into the first day of being over there, she picked up on Ember calling me Uncle Jimbo, and hey, I'll take it, but I'm Himbo to her. not Jimbo with a J, but Himbo with like an H. The whole time I was up there, Himbo.
That's a nickname for like the male bimbo is a himbo. So there you go. I mean, it tracks. It tracks Jimbo the himbo. I like it. We can run with that.
But and then my sister asked if because I just went up by myself. Alicia and Andy stayed here with the dogs.
Right.
And Alice, my sister, said, do you want to go out, just me and you? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. It's been a while since just me and her have gone out, and went out, and we're only out maybe 5 minutes, and it was a pretty cool bar. It was called Three Bastards Brewery Company.
Whoa, hit the wrong button on that.
And and 5 minutes there, I literally, dude, just put my beer down, and my phone rings. Here it's Alicia, and she pretty much let me go the whole time. Like if I text her, she would respond, whatever. I'm like, what's up, hon? And just start cursing left and right, this and that. Here, our neighbor's kids decide, we're going to kick a soccer ball towards the neighbor's house and bust out their kitchen window.
Ooh.
So I was like, well, I'm in New York, so I mean,
not much I can do about that, yeah.
So I told her, I said, calm down. I said, we'll take care of it when I get home. And, she calmed down, and she said, how are we going to pay for it? I said, well, we ain't paying for it. They're paying for it. So we actually just got the window put in today, so now I just gotta go over there and have a nice friendly conversation with them and say, give me my money, bitch.
Time to teach those kids a little thing called personal responsibility.
And then as far as Andy, he'll be starting college in probably 3-4 weeks. So,
man, time flies, doesn't it?
We're getting old.
There we are. Yeah, we are. My nephew, East Stroudsburg South Cavaliers. Go Cavs. He's starting his junior year. He just had a campus visit to Penn State.
Holy shit, junior?
Junior.
What happened to freshman and sophomore year?
He did those
did he
already.
just skip
Those
it?
are already done. My niece,
Holy
my youngest
shit.
niece, the last of the nieces, is starting her freshman year this year at East Stroudsburg
Holy
South.
shit.
So, yes, and so yes, she's starting freshman year. She's into field hockey, women's wrestling. I think she's into like a lot of stuff. She's also, I think she's doing color guard as well. Like she's got the
Okay.
whole gamut. She's got a lot of stuff. She draws. She does, like, she's ridiculously smart and very talented. And so I'm excited to see kind of where she decides where her path is going. My nephew, he had a campus invite from Penn State. So he went to that a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Did the
Wow.
campus invite, got the whole tour, got the whole shebang. Actually, with that, kind of narrowed down and figured out if he goes to college, what he's looking for, which is
That's
mechanical
good.
engineering,
Good.
because he is, again, stupidly smart. He is so goddamn smart and very good at math, which I am not. I don't know if anybody would wants to know that I am very not good at math. But so he had a good visit out there to kind of do all that. Apparently there was also a very cute girl in part of his tour that had the booty cheeks hanging out of the shorts. So a little extra added bonus for him as well. You know, like, hey, maybe not a bad place. You know, I think he
So-
might be looking forward to college now a little bit,
So
a
now
little
here's the
extra.
question, though.
You know, what's that?
So here's the question, though. What happens if he goes to Penn State? And were you going to be rooting for Penn State?
Yeah, gonna have to.
Yeah.
Like, that's the. Like,
What if
I'm
it's-
gonna root
what if it's
against my
Penn State,
nephew.
Notre Dame?
Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we?
Yeah, but what if, during that
Does
4-year
Notre Dame
span,
have a
Notre Dame
mechanical
plays-
engineering school? Like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But
I don't
if
know.
Notre Dame's playing Penn
I
State,
don't know.
you know?
You know, do they have a top class wrestling program there? I don't know. Big Ten does. Most of the Big Ten
I will
schools
say-
do.
They do have some nice booty cheeks out there from the time that I was out there, walking on campus.
But it is Indiana. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, state colleges. I mean, Pennsylvania's Pennsylvania too. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it is. But anyway, so that was very cool to see him go to that and have that, or, you know, kind of get that process going. And because he went to a couple of the camps that they had out there, football
Okay.
camps at the college, and it was through that they saw him in there and then said, "Hey, why don't you come for a campus tour?" So
Oh,
very promising. I'm
Yeah.
very, very giddy over that. I really am. So, so again, big promise for him. Big promise for my niece. Again, like I said, started there. So yeah, we're just getting old. The bottom line is we're getting old. Everybody's
Yeah.
getting old. ELS says, tell him to come to Wisconsin. I want him to play some kind of meaningful football here, ELS. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you know. Like, I don't want him getting lost under Luke Fickle, you know. But yes, so we had all that stuff going on. And like I said, I started doing scripted and writing some episodes. I was writing I wrote an NFC East preview. I was writing an AFC East preview. And yeah, I got a hole in my foot, Jimbo. Got a hole in my foot. Now you remember when I had the hole in my foot on my left foot, like 12 years ago?
that's what I was
whatever
going to
that
ask. Was it the same one?
No. This one we went to the other one. Now, if anybody doesn't know,
Okay.
that either isn't diabetic or doesn't know a diabetic, when you're diabetic, you gotta take care of your feet. The feet are very vulnerable to not doing well when you're a diabetic. You know, it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And one of the things you have to watch out for, especially like if you have calluses. I get big calluses. I get big, thick calluses because, well, I'm fucking 320 pounds and 6'8", so there's a lot of fucking pressure coming down and builds up those calluses. And if you build up the calluses too thick, as you do that, it creates pressure ulcers on the bottom of your feet,
Okay.
which then again, they're open wounds, but they're underneath the skin, so it becomes a big fucking problem. As you remember from 12 years ago, happened on my left foot.
Yeah.
That was a pressure ulcer from a callus on the bottom of my foot. So, as a diabetic, foot care is very important. You have to take care of your feet. You have to get rid of the calluses. You got to, do all that kind of stuff. So I had a routine. Is whenever I saw my calluses starting to build up, I had a little foot care package there. It comes with like, you ever see those little rasps, those foot rasps,
Yeah.
that people would have, you kind of get rid of the calluses either on your heels or on the balls of your feet, whatever. Yeah. So I had that, and also had a little piece of kit. It's a callus shaver, which is basically a little razor on a thing that you use, and you can shave your callus down, especially if you have thick calluses like I do.
Yeah.
Now, in the past, there has been times where I have nicked the callus, maybe a little too deep or something, and caused a little bit of a blood to come out. I was like, ooh, cut it too deep. That's not good. But you take care of it. You bandage it up. You make sure that you don't let it get crazy. You don't get any dirt in there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Take care of it. It heals itself fine. And I still have, for as much as I have neuropathy and can't feel my feet, I still have good circulation in my feet, which all the doctors were saying too. It was like, oh my God, you got great circulation in your feet. It's like, well, thanks. Outside of the hole in the foot seems to be fine. So I want to say about a month ago, that was about 5 weeks ago or whatever, I was doing this foot care and sliced a little too deep, apparently, caused a little bit of blood, and it was a little bit more blood than usual this time, and that's worried me. I was like, ooh, boy, let me see, what do I do there? So I did that. I put some wrapped it up, put some gauze on, put a Band-Aid on it, did all the stuff that you're supposed to do. And then, as I was, as the weeks went on or whatever, it seemed to be okay. It seemed to be healing. What's your guy here?
He's on his way. So
Oh,
that's why I just told Andy to go downstairs in the living room until he knocks.
All right. Yeah, Jimbo might have to leave us for a second, as he's got.
And I was gonna say a guy like no.
He's got a guy. He's got
contractor.
to handle some business. You know what I'm saying? His last name's Castelline after all. He's got a little business to do. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. People got to wet their beak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I had I thought I took care of it. I thought everything was fine. Apparently, that was not the case. Apparently, there was a little piece of callus I didn't get, and it kind of flapped over where the cut was. So then it just trapped everything in there. So meanwhile, I'm walking around for the next couple of weeks thinking I'm okay. It's all right. It's all right. Then I start seeing like my foot is swelling. But here's the thing. My doctor had just kind of changed up some of my medication and stuff. They wanted to see if I was getting like the proper amount of vitamin D and shit. So they had me stop taking one and started taking this other thing and blah, 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 blah. But so it started making both of my feet swell up. I was like, oh, this is bad. This is not good. Blah, blah, blah. Talk to the doctors, blah, blah, blah. They changed all that. Fine. Okay. Well, now the left foot isn't as swollen anymore, but the right foot's still swollen. So I'm like, I'm getting ready to talk to the other doctor and be like, we got to look at some of the medication here. Maybe there's something here, blah, 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 blah. Then one day, and by that one day, I mean last Thursday, I just was rubbing my feet, as one does. Just randomly rubbing your feet on a Thursday. Who doesn't? It's a joy. Yeah. If you haven't rubbed your feet on a Thursday, what are you doing with your life? Rub your foot on a Thursday.
You're missing out.
Yeah, rub my foot on a Thursday. And as I went over where on that kind of outer bone, like right before you get to the pinky toe, it's that little nub that you have like right on the outside.
Okay.
Rubbing over that, and I feel like, there's something there. I was like, did I cut myself again? And I look, and it's like, it doesn't look like blood, anything like that. And then you got to do the sniff test. You got something coming out of you. You got to do the sniff test no matter what it is. And I immediately just started to freak the fuck out because I have smelled that smell before. And it's like the smell of like fucking rot. Like it's the smell of infection. Like I was infected. I was like, oh no, here I am. I think it's all fine, well and good. But because neuropathy, I can't feel anything. So, it's just been sitting there being infected the whole time. I was like, oh my God. So Pepper Jack goes. She rushes me to the hospital. We go to the ER. We go get it checked out. They start fucking just pouring antibiotics into me. I left one hospital. They were going to, we went to an emergency room down here in Jersey when I was down here. And they were like, okay, we're going to send you over to Jersey City Medical Center. I said, no, the fuck you are not. They're like, well, we already got the ambulance on the way, the transport, as it was, we're going to transport you over there. I was like, no, you're not. I was like, I am not going there. I said, fuck that. They're like, okay, well then, if you go, you got to sign yourself out AMA. I was like, yeah, but I'm not leaving because I'm not getting treated. Like, you making me sign out AMA makes me sound like I'm like, fuck this, I'm not there, this done, fuck you. Like, I was like, I'm fully aware of what I need to do. You guys have been very clear. You guys have helped me out a lot. Thank you very much. I'm just not going to Jersey City Medical Center. That's not happening. They said, okay, but you have to sign yourself out AMA. So I did. I went up to a hospital closer to where I live in East Stroudsburg. Go Cavs. The wonderful St. Luke's, by the way. If anybody's ever been to St. Luke's University Medical Center there, just a wonderful place. And I made the right decision to go there because, my God, just you walk in there, it's like the med bay at Star Trek now. Like, it's just.
Oh, yeah.
I went from like a Palestinian fucking emergency room down here in Hudson County, New Jersey, up to like sick bay on the Enterprise. Like, I'm telling you, that's the level of difference that we are discussing here. It was night and day. Not only that, too, the nurses.
So there were PA 11s, not PA 7s.
Dude, Pepper Jack smacked me a couple times. That's all you need to know. That right there. There's about a 3 smacker. That's how it goes. That being said, what a difference. What a difference. And then when they got admitted and they bring me to the room, dude, I was getting ready to ask how much rent on this room was. It was gorgeous. You have they put a 50-inch television screen is what you got sitting in front of your bed.
Holy shit.
Your bed has a cell phone holder that if you have like wireless charging, you just put it in there and it wirelessly charges it.
Huh.
You just plug it, like, it is like, this is what I'm saying. The room, the chairs were beautiful. The chairs are nice. The bathroom was immaculate. The vanity, the sink was like a marble sink top. The vanity, like, it literally was like, I was like, I will pay like $1,200 to rent this place. Like, it was incredible. So anyway, go through all that. We all know the whole deal. Blah blah blah. They really, they discharge me on a day. They don't cut into it though. They don't cut into it. They look at everything. They just kind of send me on my way. Say, hey, check out on Monday. We go see a podiatrist on Monday. See if that was a whole other ordeal. Because now I got to try. Okay. I try to call this for the podiatrist. I get in touch with the one podiatrist to say, oh well, we don't have anything today. Maybe tomorrow. I was like, well, they told me today. I need to get it checked today. I got an infection in my foot. Like, we gotta check this out. And they're like, oh, well, we can't do that. Then I get another call from another part of the same system there with St. Luke's. Like, okay, well, we found you a podiatrist and he's got something today at 3 p.m. I'm like, oh, whew, thank God. All right, that's good. Then I got a call back from this guy's office that says, oh, according to your records, it says it's an open wound you have. And I said, well, I kind of need wound care, yeah. And he says, oh, I can't do that at my podiatry office. You have to go to the wound care center. And I'm only there on Fridays, so you can't go there. I'm like... dude, when I tell you I was, how I get when certain things just don't go my way. When I'm just like, I'm trying my best and I keep told, it's like, yes, no, snip, snap, snip, snap. Like, I'm ready to throw my hands up and say, fuck it, cut the foot off. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's where I am. I'm like, fuck that. And thank God some of the people I talked to on the good old St. Luke's network there, their patient care team and everything like that, they did an excellent job. They found a way. They stuck me. They found a way to sneak me into the wound care center like late in the day. I was able to go in there. lady looked at it. She wasn't even a podiatrist, but she said she does head to toe wound care, so it's fine. She looked at it. She ended up like cutting away most of the area. She was like, "Oh, this is a sneaky wound. Wow. This thing is all deep in there." So that's why I'm glad I was able to get that, because otherwise that thing would have kept on fucking festering and festering and festering.
Yeah.
So they did that, and yeah. So now since then, it's just been changing the wound, bandaging every day. You know, you got to put all the silver. You got to pack I got to pack the hole with silver nitrate or silver alginate, whatever. Yeah, that shit. You pack that in there, and then you put like a fucking maxi pad on the end of it, and you wrap that fucker up. And I got my special boot. Yeah, I got my.
I was gonna say, are you on crutches or?
I got my little boot here.
Oh, okay.
You know, I got all that there. So yeah. So just right when I was starting to get writing and starting to be like, hey, let's move this channel forward. Let's see if we can start getting something done here. Let's do something like that. As always, something fucking happens, and now it's been 2 weeks of all that shit. ELS in the chat says, damn, we don't have those kind of hospitals here, you lucky son of a bitch. Well, ELS, I would much rather never find out that a hospital has Star Trek level fucking equipment and services, just so, to avoid being in the fucking hospital. Like, that's lucky is not how I would say it, That being said, for being in that position, like if you have to go to the hospital, definitely try to go to one that has like the fucking Star Trek Enterprise med bay. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's great.
They had like the little scanner gun to put a band-aid.
Dude, they had you know how you usually have like the oxygen fucking detector on your finger, and then they got all the other stuff. This one, it was a little tape thing and then a little thing on your arm, almost like a little tiny cell phone. And it looked like Star Trek because you could just hit it and it showed your oxygen level, showed your pulse, showed your heart rate, showed other little vitals that you might have had there. Like it was all like.
Hey, I'll be right back.
You got it. I'll continue talking here about this shit as Jim. He's got to go. He's got to go pay a guy. He knows a guy, so he's got to go do that. He's got to do all those things. ELS giving us some news here in the chat, by the way. Until Jimbo comes back, we might as well talk a little bit of football because we do have football. And I do want to talk about the Hall of Fame game last night, which we will do in a moment when Jimbo comes back. But ELS brings up a very good point in the chat. He says, hey, sources have said that the Big Ten voted this week to expand the league's football travel rosters to 80 for league games as it goes up from 74. The reason that they gave was that the age-based eligibility rules, as there's no longer red shirts. So there's more players who will have the opportunity. Are there no more red shirts? They get rid of red shirts? I didn't know that. I got to stay up with the news. You can't redshirt people in college anymore, or just the Big Ten? Ooh, boy, I just had a little bit of a coffee burp. That's bad. This is iced coffee, by the way. It's not poop water. Although, if it's in Jersey, it might as well be. And I do want to talk about that story as well, the Raiders practice their ELS, which we will get into that as well. And we'll jump into some of this stuff, just waiting for Jimbo to get back here. We got a little more news here. This is about my New York Giants. The Giants have agreed to terms with center Brendan James. I'm guessing, yeah, you got that's how the Giants are signing free agent center Brendan James. Dan Dugan of The Athletic is reporting. This comes from Pro Football Talk and Shareen Williams. The team needed help at the position, with John Michael Schmitz likely heading to a concussion protocol and backup center Lucas Patrick hobbling during Friday's practice. James, 27, worked out for the Giants earlier this week. He's appeared in 50 games over 5 seasons, mostly with the Chargers. Go, Chargers, go. James he was with the Patriots last season and played 22 offensive snaps and 28 on special teams in 4 games. So the Giants just picking up a little extra center help Hopefully Schmitz is okay. Obviously, he's going to go into concussion protocol. Hopefully, he will be okay and ready for the season. Big fan of Schmitz there. What else we got here? We got, we're still going to be talking about Aaron Donald, clearly, as that looks like all but a done deal that he will be going to the Rams, the Ramalama Ding Dongs, just making them even more of a Super Bowl favorite. Looking at more here. Not much there. Okay, ELS also letting us know here. As he's big into the indoor football league, his Blizzard are in the Eastern Conference Finals, by the way. If they make it to the championship game, we might. I know we said that last year and we didn't, but I might do that this year. And we'll do a live stream of the Blizzard here on YouTube. Might as well, you know what I'm saying? ELS. He says also there are some reports that New Jersey could be getting an indoor football league team either in 2027 or 2028. Considering that they do that, what is that they do? The last 2 years, they've done that kind of tournament, the IFL Cup or whatever in the at the American Dream Mall, what used to be Xanadu, here in the Meadowlands. In New Jersey, East Rutherford, New Jersey, right outside by where MetLife and Brendan Byrne Arena, the Meadowlands Arena, used to be. It's the arena's still there. I think they still use it for like movie sets and shit like that. But like as a functioning arena, it's been dead for almost 20 years now. I have a lot of memories there. I watched the Devils win their first Stanley Cup there. I can't tell you how many Devils games there. I went to when I was young, I saw monster trucks there and WWF there when it was still WWF. It was fun, that for that arena for what it was is good. I liked Brendan Byrne Arena. ELS says, yeah, the IFL Cup. Yeah, it was the IFL Cup that they do there. So, if they got enough interest from people going there and seeing that, maybe they're like, hey, throw a team. Where would they have it at the Brendan Byrne Arena? I don't know if you'd want to use that old arena. It's kind of out of the way. People have to travel there. Driving even for me, my childhood home in Bayonne, the Meadowlands is about a 30-minute drive if there's no traffic. Not saying there would be traffic going to an IFL game, but like, you'd have to see that. Or would you try to go to Newark? Would you try, a 20,000 seat arena in Newark? Would you try to fill that up? Would you just close off the top section, like take those curtains like they do for theater shows? Would you close that off and just have the lower bowl? Outside of that, ELS, like as far as like arena options, there's not a lot. There might be some smaller. There's nothing like on that level that's kind of like that mid-range, like a good minor league arena. Like there's nothing like that. Like there's little ice rinks, and there's ice rinks where you might be able to get like maybe 400 or 500 people in it, but nothing that is like a truly just like a small minor league arena in Jersey. So that's what I mean is that I don't know what you would do. ELS letting us know that the IFL, they are expanding to 3 new places: Savannah, Georgia in 2027, Athens, Georgia, and Austin, Texas. 3 southern markets, 2 in Georgia there. So yeah, I don't know. Like when I think about that, like they might just be like, hey, we can clean up Brendan Byrne a little bit and we'll just do it there, since they did it already at the American Dream, which is right across the street from the Meadowlands Sports Complex. Like it's kind of like there. So maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll just be like, if we can get a owner or somebody that's like, hey, we'll spruce it up. And like, I mean, I don't think it's in a severe state of decay, because they still use it for like arena shots for like movies, and they still use it for like a movie sets and things like that. So it's not, I don't think it's completely derelict. So it may not take that much to get it back into like a game day kind of shape. I think it still will need a little bit. It's going to need like a new scoreboard, new things like that. But overall, like even that, you can kind of just cover that up and just say, hey, fuck it, see what we do. Maybe that's what you do, because I don't know if you want to do Prudential. You could, but you'd have to see, who would the Devils be okay with that? Because I do believe the Devils own that arena. So yeah, it's gonna be like, would the Devils sign off? Would the Devils be owners? They could. I don't know. And we still don't know what's going to happen there with the UFL too, because they have removed themselves from the Houston market as well as Birmingham. And some people are up in arms like, oh, how could they get rid of Birmingham? Was like 3-time champions. How'd you get rid of Birmingham? Nobody showed. Did you ever watch the games? Nobody showed up to the fucking games. That's why they got rid of Birmingham. Like, let's be for fucking real here. Let's be for real. That's why Birmingham is gone. Nobody showed up to the fucking games. Hey, you done with your fucking mob meeting there?
Yeah, just got one more guy later on probably.
Hey, sometimes you got to make them an offer they can't refuse. You know what I'm saying?
Well, just in case like this friendly talk doesn't go as planned.
We can have a friendly talk, or we can have a not so friendly talk. The option, my friend, is up to you. Okay? Don't get me. Don't make me get Big Vinny. You see Big Vinny back there, Big Vinny. He's not much for talking, if you know what I mean. Vinny.
Or God rest his soul, Big Pussy.
Oh yeah, Vincent Pastore, Big Pussy, really is gone now. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Big Pussy. We will miss thee. I still got to. I started watching Sopranos again with Peppa Jack because she had never watched it. She was too young when it came out, which makes me sound terrible. But
yeah,
it's only a 7-year gap. We're fine. It's fine. Fine.
Now, if it was an 8-year, then we're pushing limits here.
Is it though? I mean,
unless you're Leonardo DiCaprio, then
Hey, listen. When I was 31, I hooked up with a 19-year-old. So,
but at least thankfully legal that you know of.
Listen, I'm not an idiot. Like I'm not like, what are we doing here? Like I'm no Epstein. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my thing. Let's fucking relax. Let's relax with that shit. Tonight's the Packers family night. That's a big thing there in Green Bay. Yeah.
So were you just talking about the UFL?
We were talking about a lot of shit. We were talking about the IFL. We were talking about the UFL. We were talking about, we were just kind of filling time, me and ELS here.
Yeah. I just want to know what the UFL is doing. Like, I came on when you said about Birmingham being.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, why they're 3-time champions? Why do you get rid of Birmingham? Because nobody went to the fucking games.
But the thing is, like, they want to in 2-3 years they want to expand to 10 teams. You can't even keep the same 8 teams together.
You have this is the thing, and I think this is always the problem with these kind of things, is that they wanted to hit like big markets. They want to be in the big markets. They want to, like, that's not gonna be how this works.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find the niche market, the smaller market perhaps, that's hungry for football, that loves football, and is willing to watch minor league football, which is what this is, in the springtime, early summer, and to support that. Now, they have that in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, they have it in D.C. D.C.'s got a pretty decent market.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, like when they first started the XFL, they tried doing it in New York. It didn't work. Some of the other bigger markets didn't work. I think it would be a decent idea to find some of these smaller area markets. Like I think Columbus was a great move for this place because Columbus, Ohio, they're football crazy. They don't have a professional team in Columbus, and in the spring and summertime, the Buckeyes aren't really doing anything. You might have the spring game, but that's it. and so, but you're not in Cleveland, you're not in Cincinnati, so Columbus still kind of has almost that small market feel that you can work, and it worked. I think the Aviators, they had decent attendance for what the UFL is. You have to remember what the UFL. So if you can get like 5,000 to 10,000 people at a game, I feel like that's good for now. I really do. For the UFL, I think getting 10,000 people in the stands, that's a win wherever you are.
Yeah.
They weren't getting anywhere close to that in Birmingham or in Houston. So now the question is just, where do you go? And like, some people start bringing up these other cities and big cities. Like, I think you have to. I think you have to be careful. I would be careful about the South, because the South doesn't give a shit about pro football.
Yeah.
Like, outside of the, like, and again, it took a long time for the Falcons and the Saints to be fucking like entrenched to like where people actually do give a shit about them. But in the South, if you're not college football, nobody gives a shit. So I would be like, especially like spring football, they see, this ain't no real football. What are you talking about? This dumb shit. What we doing there? Yeah, wake me up at the end of August. We gotta go roll tide, roll. That's what you're looking at. So you have to. I would stay away from the Southeast. I would look at your traditional mid-level markets, your small markets. Think of like minor league baseball team areas. Think of like fucking Syracuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think of Grand Rapids in Michigan or something like that. If they have the facilities, they have like a small enough stadium or big enough stadium. I think that's the other thing too. You want a stadium that has about 10 to 20,000 capacity.
Yeah.
If you can do it. Even if it's an old baseball stadium, who gives a fuck at this point? Just have something. Maybe, if there's a soccer specific stadium that you can cheer like they do in DC, or that Columbus is using the old Columbus Crew Stadium that they had. They're using the old one and using that, the MAPFI Stadium, whatever it was. I think that's where you got to look.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City, the Mormons are boring anyway, so give them something to watch. Maybe, in the springtime, maybe do a Salt Lake City franchise out there. And just that, like I said, like, look at that, look at some of the smaller markets and see what you could do. I honestly think put a team in San Diego. I think you could, if you put a UFL, because they had an AAF team there, the San Diego Fleet, loved their uniform. And the guy, Joe Bosek, who did all the graphics and the uniforms and the logos for that league, all the branding for the old AAF, which was a great branding, by the way. Loved all that shit. But yeah, I think you could do so. Like, I think, so that's it. I think you go small market, and I think you go market that might have been burned by the NFL. So, like, that's why St. Louis is doing so well. I think they could do that in San Diego as well. I wouldn't go to Oakland.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't go to Oakland anyway, but, that's not stuff I would do. But speaking of football, Jimbo, we're back, baby.
Yeah, we are.
What? Stop talking off camera. Who you got there? Tell Andy if he wants to talk to get on. No. Yeah, baby, we're back.
Ringo's staring at me like, Landon took my bed. I don't give a fuck. Lay down.
Like you're a dog. Fucking dog fight. Dog pile. There you go.
Yeah.
Jimbo, and what many are saying might be the greatest preseason game of all time. The Arizona Cardinals took on the Carolina Panthers. I got to tell you, I'm used to Hall of Fame games being, hey, we got NFL uniforms hitting each other. Woo! And then 5 minutes later being like, all right, I'm kind of ready for the regular season. Let's get this done with.
Yeah.
Last night was an entertaining fucking game. I'm watching the end of that game.
I didn't
I gotta finish this. I gotta finish this game.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of it?
No, I just saw highlights. I saw the one wide receiver get murdered by Carson Beck murder his one receiver.
Yeah, kind of gave him a murder ball. He did give him a little bit of murder ball.
And then I saw the Panther quarterback there winning for them in the end.
You had both teams score over 30.
Yeah.
So that was fun. You had Beck who, he had the one ball there, but Beck's numbers look good. Beck actually did look decent. So Beck looked good. This King guy, hey, good name. He's got a good name. I like him already. He looked good for the Panthers there. As a backup. Now again, we all have to realize that they're playing against second, third, fourth string people here. A lot of the guys are not going to be on the team. We get that.
Yeah.
But in those instances, some of the receivers looked well. The quarterbacks looked good. And at the end of the day, it was a fun fucking game to watch. I can't remember the last time I had fun watching a Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because not only that, like the Hall of Fame game is usually extra boring because even like some of the preseason games, so like, there's some people in there. You have some of the second and third stringers fighting for a spot, fighting to get up a level, maybe possibly become a starter, things like that. Hall of Fame game is your starters aren't even dressed. Like they're not even dressed. They're not even out there. Like you're starting second and third stringers as your starters, all of that. So it's usually even extra like bad football. Last night was not bad football. Last night was fun as shit to watch. And all it did was just got the juices. Got the juices. It was really fun. Also, from a me perspective, I don't know what the Panthers did, but their helmets are like extra super sparkly now.
Okay, I thought that was just me or maybe my phone.
No, a lot of people have brought it up, and I was like, they are. I don't know if they've gone back to the old school, putting like the actual metal flakes into the paint, instead of doing just like the Dazzle like automotive paint that they've been using for a while, like the Raiders and other teams use. But yeah, I was like, I'm watching that game. Those things are fucking. They're fucking popping, baby. I was like, let's go. All right, we got some good uniforms now. If only the Cardinals would wear fucking white pants with the red tops and red pants with the white tops, it would be great. Actually, the Cardinals, I feel bad because the Cardinals were this close to having good uniforms and they really just fucked it up, and that's a shame about it. But if they would just all listen to me, the NFL would look so much better.
Yeah,
so much better. But
I did have to laugh though, like when I woke up and saw the score. I had a laugh about it because of my comment in our Discord when ELS said, I think he said something along the lines of, "We got football tonight. It might just be preseason, but at least we got football." And my comment was, "What are you talking about? We got Kenny Ballerina Pickett versus Carson Oldman Beck. The game's going to be 89-91, and here."
It's a high score game.
Expect no freaking offense.
But that's the thing. Usually, a lot of the times these games aren't. Like I said, the last time actually, I believe that was a stat. It was the first time in Hall of Fame game history that both teams scored 30 points.
Really?
Or more, yes.
Wow.
So there's that. Then you have the comeback aspect of it. You have King making that big run to set him up in goal-to-goal situation with time running out. They run a good 2-minute offense. And then the last play of the game, he takes the snap. He's looking to find somebody open. Can't find anybody open. Pulls it down because he sees there's an open lane. Gets to the goal line. Hit as he hits the goal line. Jumps. He's able to dive over. His knee does not touch the ground as it's just going over. Oh, what? I mean, drama. You would want a Super Bowl, and that's how I would want a Super Bowl to play out. How that game played out is how I want a Super Bowl to play out. And if you want to get people juiced up, ready to go for fucking football already, yeah.
So you want the Super Bowl to go that way. So what happens if it's Jalen Hurts running it in that way? You want it to end that way?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Jalen Hurts isn't good. Jalen Hurts is not as good as Carson Beck or Mr. King there on the Panthers. I mean, we all know that. We all know that.
I'll I'm already off the Makai Lemon wagon here. I don't even think he caught a ball yet. He's hurt this whole time. Now Devontae Smith is hurt, so now we're relying on
Thunder.
You okay?
We got a little bit of thunder.
Oh, you're getting we just had
we're getting some. There's a storm coming.
I had a talk with the big guy upstairs and said, if you have that fucking tree, drop on my gutters again. Fuck it, I'm moving to Alaska.
I don't know if threatening God is really a proper. Not very
incidents and everything. But this one time I was fishing. I was in a tournament, fished by myself on a boat, and I usually do really good fishing when it's raining. And I got my rain suit on, and I mean it's just pouring down. And to quote Captain Dan or Lieutenant Dan, I looked up, I said, "You call this a fucking storm?" Should never have done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, leave it to Jimbo to say, I do my best fishing when I am alone on a lake holding what is essentially a lightning rod.
Yeah.
Just, the fish are biting now. They're like, because the fish don't think anybody's that fucking stupid to be on a fucking lake in the middle of a thunderstorm. This worm in here has got to be fine. These motherfuckers, come on, there's no hook on that. What idiot would be out in this thunderstorm, guys? Come on, it's fine.
Everybody, let's just get caught and see what the stupid asshole looks like.
ELS says, what, actually, is Jimbo trying to die? I don't.
No, another funny story just happened last weekend. I think I went out fishing. No rain, no nothing like that. But I ended up buying fish depth finder / camera. And so I'm on my kayak. I just want to try out because I bought off Amazon. You never know where you're going to get there.
Right.
So I dropped the camera down. So, okay, like it's working there. So I'm fishing. Now, I have the camera like about a foot or two away from me, but between my legs. And I'm fishing. Every so often I'll look down. This one time. Now, on top of that, the camera is a fish. So, I mean, what possibly could, like a small fish, what possibly could go wrong, right? I just happen to look down. And all of a sudden, I see this on the camera. Big snout and everything. I'm like, oh, don't fucking take my camera, please. And then he swam away. But yeah, there was a fish there just side-eyeing me. I'm like, oh, boy. This is going to be Jaws pulling the kayak all around the lake.
Oh, God. So, yeah. So,
that's
also, just
idea I want to try to do.
For the future, just if I may, God, my hair is super greasy. For the future, next time there's a thunderstorm on an open lake, maybe pull in the dock and just let it go. Damn, it is coming down out there. So if this stream happens to go off, you'll know why. Just let everybody know. So a couple more things. Obviously, Hall of Fame game was fucking a banger. Absolutely, it got my juices flowing for the football, as if I needed any other reason, by the way. And if you've been paying attention to the Stay Tuned Sports Instagram account, we are just 33 days away, I believe, from actual real kickoff. Patriots versus no, actually it's the Rams, right? Because they're it's the Seahawks, because it's supposed to be Thursday, but it's starting Wednesday because they were in Australia. So it's Seahawks Patriots starting on Wednesday, and then Rams and 49ers on Thursday.
If there's a 49ers team left.
I gotta say, we've like Shanahan brought in the scientists, and they brought in people like that know the power substation does not have anything to do with the injuries happening in Santa Clara. So, and I'm not one to buy into a lot of that shit either. Like, how would it even do that? Like, I don't think I understand it as well. So I don't think it's the power substation, but it's something about Santa Clara, 60 miles away from San Francisco area, so far away that you can't see it because of the curvature of the earth. That is just shredding human beings who are trying to play football. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but people want to talk about MetLife. Like, whatever is Santa Clara, is like
very true.
MetLife times 1,000 because it is just
Yeah.
murdering most of their players. And I don't understand. The San Francisco injury depth chart is already a fucking mile long.
What do they say? It's all like 25 players or something's on the injury report every day.
It's what do you do? Like I again, I don't think it's a power substation, but also it's like what is it? What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you move back to fuck this? We're building a new stadium in San Francisco because fuck like I don't know where because this legitimately now has been 7 or 8 years of the Niners always having some kind of catastrophic fucking injuries to important positions. And sometimes they're still able to make it to the Super Bowl, as we've seen. Sometimes they're still able to have good seasons. Last year they had a good season and just kind of fell apart at the end because of all the injuries. Kittle got injured right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But it's now every single year, the Niners injury list, starting in preseason and going all the way through the year, is fucking retardedly long. And almost at this point, I can kind of almost understand Brandon Ayuk. Not really, but like maybe that's what drove him crazy.
I was gonna say, maybe that's what made him go cuckoo.
But actually, maybe that's what the substation did. Because the electrical field probably doesn't have anything physically wrong, but it could mess up the electrical signals in his brain, the synapses and stuff. That made Brandon Ayuk just go, just shorten them out. You know what I mean? That could be. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know.
He's got Antonio Brown even going, dude, what is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you? I just love the fact that when the Redskins signed Diggs, like everybody on fucking Twitter was like, shh, nobody tell Brandon. Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. Maybe we got away with it. Shh, no, don't.
Hey, did you know the Giants were looking at Diggs?
I'm okay with that. I mean, he's a bit of a headache, but as we always say, Diggs for a season is not bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would
take
him
in his career now.
You'd have him. You'd have obviously Malik would be one still, but then also you have him and Odell Beckham there. It's like it's not bad.
Do you really think Beckham's going to do anything?
I think he's a solid wide receiver 3 or 4. Absolutely. I think he's a great. I think he's a very good check down receiver now.
Okay.
And somebody that can still give you a lot of positive. Because here's the other thing too. Like he's not going to be double covered. Nobody's double covering Odell anymore.
Yeah.
Which I think can still give him I still think he's got a chance for explosiveness here and there. I still think he's got good hands. The hands don't go away. The speed might go, maybe some of the athleticism might go, but the hands don't go away. So I still think you can get him. I'm solid with that. I think we have to look at the defense a little bit when it comes to the Giants, especially the front. I love our linebackers. I really do think the Giants defense, for as much as I'm worried about it, is still a solid defense.
Okay.
And then it's the offense. I think we have good pieces in place. Can we put them together? Can Nagy do that? I know there's a lot of people down on him. I understand that, but also, I mean, for those first couple Super Bowls with Kansas City, he was fucking throwing, man.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing good. So it's like, I'll take it and see. Like, what are we gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
But
like I said, a couple guys at work that are Giants fans, and I keep telling them I could see the Giants coming in at number 2.
I think if certain things break their way, I think if like the Redskins and Cowboys kind of stumble in midseason, maybe if they hit a 2 or 3 game losing streak and the Giants are able to stay consistent, I think that's the biggest thing. I think as long as the Giants stay consistent, I think they can get there. Now, in my preview, not to give any spoiler alerts, nobody watched it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I had the Giants finishing 4th. I did. I said, looking at it, if everything goes to chalk, I had Eagles 1st, I had Cowboys 2nd, Redskins 3rd, Giants 4th. But I said the NFC East is kind of it's gonna, in my opinion, I think it might be the hardest division to figure out. And we might kind of be getting back to that NFC beast. Because even if you look at the odds, it's the only division where all the teams are very close in odds to win a division. I think the Eagles are like a plus 125 or 150, and the Giants are in 4th place at a plus 600. Like every other division, the 3rd and 4th teams are like plus 1,000, plus 10,000. Like if you're the Cardinals, you know, things like that. But yes, so the NFC East is the tightest division odds wise, according to Vegas anyway. And that's the other thing too. So I think it's one of those things where, like, if there happens to be an injury here, you know, a bad string of games here, team doesn't perform the way it's supposed to here, I think the Giants can be right there in the playoff picture, playoff hunt, getting into either 2nd place or possibly fighting for the division lead. I still think it's the Eagles' division to lose. I think you'd be dumb to think otherwise.
It's a lot closer, though.
But I do think it's getting closer.
Couple years.
I think the Cowboys, the moves they made last year for the defense, and some of the moves they've done already for that defense, it's not going to be a doomsday defense by any means. Yeah. But I certainly think that it's improved. And when Dak, if Dak plays like he did last year, and Pickens and Lamb play as they did last year, like, I'm sorry, as much as I hate to say it, Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. Sorry.
He is.
Sorry, everybody who wants to shit on him, everything like that. It's easy to do. I know he's a Cowboy, and we all love to say, fuck Dak Prescott, fuck the Cowboys, blah, blah, blah. Objectively, very good quarterback. If the Cowboys would have made the playoffs last year, and they were very close to coming back and doing so, which the only reason was because of Dak. If he's able to do that again this year, to me, I think the Cowboys can absolutely get there. If the Redskins can stay injury, if they can get Daniels and McLaurin on the same field at the same time, they've got a shot to repeat what they did 2 years ago. I really do. I think they can be one of those dark horse teams. Now, with the Giants, it's a little bit harder because they have so many years of just being bad. We have a new coach. We have a whole new system. The owners and I will give Mara a ton of credit for that, because instead of just doing the same thing over and over and over, he said, "Listen, obviously that shit's not working anymore." So when they got John Harbaugh in, it was like, I want to run things my way, have my own system, have da-da-da-da-da, you know, from a front office and football standpoint, they were like, okay. So it's basically a whole new organization there with the Giants that they're starting with. Can that turn itself immediately? Can this be a worst to first kind of season, or even a worst to second best? You know, a worst to second would be good too. Like I said, for me as a Giants fan, I think what I'm looking for here is playing meaningful football into December. That's all I want. If we can be in the picture and not be out of it by, you know, October, the second week of October, you know, like we've been every other fucking year. As long as we're not 1-4, 1-5 going in the fucking October, I think I'll be okay. And I feel like we can do that. And like you mentioned, and like I mentioned in the video, if certain things happen to fall, hits I think the Giants can find themselves in an advantageous position. So again, I think the NFC East has a chance to be a very good division this year.
Yeah, well, I agree too.
What's your take on what might be the worst division?
I don't know.
To me, it's up to 2. I think it's up to 2. I think there's only 2 that are
What's
in
it?
that
The South with Tampa
It's the
Bay.
South.
The South,
It's the South.
because
It's the AFC
just them
and NFC
alone
South.
has so much drama
What's that?
with Tampa Bay. Just so much drama with
Yeah,
them.
with Vita Vea, he wants a new contract or he just wants to be out. A lot of people are just saying it's Todd Bowles. That's why he doesn't want to be there. Allegedly. We'll see. Baker Mayfield wanted to get a contract worked out during the offseason. Apparently, Tampa and Bowles say they don't do that. They'd rather do it in training camp. Why? I don't know. I don't understand what that fucking thought process is when it comes to the Buccaneers. But now you've pissed off your franchise quarterback, which is what he is, and you also now at the same time have your star nose tackle saying, "Fuck this, I want out," and everything in Tampa seems to be falling apart, which is perfect. Like if you're the Falcons, because the Falcons are trying to make that step forward. They got a new coach in Stefanski. Penix didn't look that bad last year. Bijan looked better.
But can he stay healthy?
Well, that's the case. We'll see.
Thing.
Like I said, I think the change of coach is going to help them.
Yeah.
ELS, who's also a part-time Buccaneers fan, he says, "Get Todd Bowles the fuck out of Tampa." That's a lot of Buccaneers fans' thoughts. They don't want him.
Yeah.
So I think you could, and then you got the Panthers, like we saw last night. Like, I think Bryce Young has made great steps. Again, you got to remember that the Panthers beat the Rams in the regular season and almost beat them in the playoff. The Rams, who went to the NFC Championship game, the same Rams team that is now the favorite to go to the Super Bowl and win it hands down in the NFL, the Panthers almost knocked them out in the fucking wild card round last year.
Yeah.
Like, the Panthers seem to be that team that is, they're getting there. Dave Canales seems to know what he's doing. Bryce Young seems to have caught on, as it were, which is why I'm very glad to see that. That's why I'm very happy that you don't see, they didn't give up on him. And, I think about Sam Darnold, who got given up on, and Mac Jones out in San Francisco and things like that. You've seen these quarterbacks play really well. And it's like, yeah, it's good to see them not give up on some of these guys.
Yeah.
Which then brings us, of course, to J.J. McCarthy, but we'll get there in a second. So, like, the Panthers, I think, could be right there to take the division again this year and do it with a better record than what they did it with last year, which is, 9-7? 9-8, I mean?
Yeah, I think.
Was it 9-8 or 8-9? I can't remember. But either way, it was a very mid-level get there. But they got there. You know what I mean? And they could make that. They could make that move. And so, like I said, when you have Tampa kind of looking like they're taking a step back, a bit of a step back, and you have Atlanta seeming like they're taking a step up, Carolina looking like they're taking a step up, and the Saints with Shuck. I almost forgot about Shuck. Old Pecan would be very pissed at us there.
Yeah.
But Tyler Shuck at the end of the last half of last year looked fucking incredible. And all of a sudden, it's like the Saints are going to be right there in that kind of division. I think the Saints will be right there. Yeah. So that's also very interesting to see how that plays out. Now, the AFC South, if the Colts can stay healthy, and if C.J. Stroud can regain some of his...
I could see him doing it because it's like a contract year for him, so he's going to.
The Lord did not like me mentioning C.J. Stroud. Apparently,
he cast it down to you.
I know. So you have to me. I think the Colts can be good if Daniel Jones can stay healthy and their key pieces can stay healthy. I like their defense. Leonard, their tight end, I like. They just signed Jonathan Taylor to a 2-year deal.
Cheap
ass.
I
think they're set. I think they really are set. I think they're very good. The Texans in that defense, they're clearly going to be in it. And then you have the Jaguars. If they can stay consistent, Trevor Lawrence has to be consistent. That's the biggest issue. And again, they remind me a lot of the Panthers. They made it to the playoffs this year. Should have beaten the Bills. By all metrics, they should have beaten the Bills. But that being said, like, can Trevor Lawrence take that step? What, this is year 6, year 7 for him or something?
Yeah.
Got to take that step. Now, last year was a good step for him. He stayed relatively injury-free. If you can do that this year and still be good and still be, make those advancements, I do like the Jaguars as well. And then you have the Titans, and I think that's just a full rebuild. I like Cam Ward.
But you should see some type of improvement this year.
I think the Titans will be improved. Again, I'm not big on Robert Saleh as a head coach. I saw him here with the Jets. A lot of people sit there and say, like, oh, you got a bad shake with the Jets. When you read what was happening in the locker room, when you see all the stuff that was coming out from them, how he handled it or didn't handle it in some cases, I don't think he was ready to be a head coach. If he's learned his lessons from his time with the Jets and does better as a head coach this time around, maybe it's better. Dable as the offensive coordinator, I actually like that for them. As much as I didn't like Dable as a head coach, I think as an offensive coordinator, I think he can be very good. If not great. I really do. So I think that's a huge thing, and that might help advance Cam Ward in his second season. And so he doesn't have a, again, to say a sophomore slouch, the Titans really weren't that good last year, but I think he can do well and do better. And not only that, now that you got Dable as the offensive coordinator and Saleh as the head coach, and then on Indianapolis you have Daniel Jones as the quarterback and Sauce Gardner as cornerback. Like, that's going to be a great rivalry. That's basically a New York rivalry just shifted down to the AFC South. I love that. I think that's going to be great.
Yeah.
So the Colts and Titans is going to be I think that's going to be a kind of game. Like, Daniel Jones is going to be like, I want to beat that fat, bald motherfucker. Sauce Gardner is going to be like, I want to beat that ripped, bald motherfucker. I'm excited to see it. But, so that's my thought. Like, I think the NFC South might be the worst as far as quality, but I also think it might be more entertaining than the AFC South. Yeah. Sometimes bad football can be fun to watch. And then sometimes bad football is just bad football, as we learned last year with the fucking Raiders.
With the Raiders, yeah.
Which a lot of people are trying to say that's going to be the Cardinals this year. I hope not. I think the Cardinals are going to be bad. No, wait. That's another question. Who will be worse, the Cardinals or the Dolphins?
I don't know. After seeing that video, I think the Cardinals.
We'll get it's practice.
It's practicing, and the quarterback got clotheslined.
I say it's practice. I'll tell you what, Carson Beck looked good. So if Jacoby Brissett, like he reworked his deal, he didn't get a new deal. He just reworked his. But if he doesn't perform well, if he doesn't perform up to snuff, he's not looking good. The Cardinals are going to throw Beck in there. Yeah. And if Beck does well, I don't think the Cardinals are going to do anything in the NFC West. You're in a division with the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams. Good fucking luck. But ELS says yes, the Cardinals go 0-50. But see, that's the thing. I've learned my lesson, because last year I said, boy, I can't see a win on the Saints' radar. I don't think the Saints are going to win a game. And the Saints were right there at the end. If certain things had fell certain ways, the Saints could have made it into the fucking play. They could have won the division. So I don't sit there and say like a team's going to go and whatever. I don't see that. I can see the Cardinals. I'll have to look at the schedule, but I'll give them 3 or 4 wins, I think, right off the bat. And then, depending, you put Carson Beck in there and he works. Maybe they get a surprise team. Maybe the NFC West puts in 4 fucking teams.
This is the year Cardinals talk.
If everything breaks for them, but that means that the rest of the NFC would just be division winners. It would have to be division winners.
Yeah.
But God doesn't like that prediction. He is very upset by that. So maybe I'll walk it back. Sorry, my lord. ELS, he said he's got the Cardinals going 0-17, Dolphins 3-14. He says he's got the Cardinals and Browns going 0-17. It is hard to go winless. The Browns did it, and then they almost did it again. But I don't like. It's hard to do. I don't think the Browns are going to go winless. It's hard.
1 or 2 games I could see.
That's like saying somebody's going to like. I think the Rams are going to dominate everybody. I don't think the Rams are going undefeated. Like nobody's going to say that. And let's be honest, Aaron Donald he's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. And that's gonna be something.
That's scary.
Also, apparently, we had a fight today. I don't know if you saw this. Let me pull this up here. This comes from our good friends over at ESPN in Henderson, Nevada, where the Las Vegas Raiders practice. Tempers flared during the Raiders' 8th training camp practice this Friday. Defensive end Max Crosby hit quarterback Kirk Cousins twice during the team period. And when Crosby hit Cousins' arm a second time, the 15-year veteran had enough, Jimbo. The Coles cash started spinning around him like he was going Super Saiyan. Cousins got into Crosby's face, grabbing the All-Pros jersey while both exchanged words before it was broken up. Raiders coach Clint Kubiak said, hey, it's part of camp, but he wants his players to be smart about when those situations do occur. Those are 2 leaders on our team going at it. Obviously, fighting in a game or you throw a punch in a game, you're out of the game. So, got to be smart about it. Tight end Michael Mayer said that he likes that Cousins has a bit of that edge, especially being the starting quarterback. He says, you want him to defend your team. He's always had that edge since the first day I met him back when he came here to Las Vegas. Jimbo, something big or nothing really?
No, it's training camp. You're going to have these. I mean, I'm surprised that it happened on day 1 of training camp. I'm surprised it took this long for a fight to happen in Oakland.
And also, Max has got to realize, man, don't touch the quarterback. I mean, that's rule. I mean, come on, don't touch the quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, too. For that reason, I'm kind of glad that it was Cousins and not Mendoza, because now Mendoza sees, like, hey, listen, somebody touches you, get in their fucking face. I don't care if you're a rookie or not. Somebody touches you, you're not supposed to touch you. You get right in their face and you tell them, don't fucking touch me, man. Don't fucking touch me. Now, granted, in a fight, Max Crosby would fold fucking Kirk Cousins in half. We understand it.
Yeah.
But you got to stand up for yourself. As in anything. You can't be bullied. You can't let somebody push you around. You got to stand up for yourself. Even if you're going to get your ass kicked, you got to stand up for yourself. ELS in the chat, he says he's got the Rams going 16-1. That's bold. The 0-17 is bold. That's bold. That is bold, ELS. And we'll get around to
I'm gonna have to get going in a few minutes here.
Yeah, that's fine. I was getting ready to end this anyway.
Other contractors here.
Oh, okay. But yeah, because I
can see the Rams 15-2.
We're gonna set it up to where we do our predictions and things like that. We might just do it all in one show instead of doing it for the weeks and weeks because we're running out of time now. Things happen. Holes in feet. Trips up
Holy
there.
Feet.
And I miss Al. I haven't seen Alice in a long time. I miss Alice. Not in that way. Well, kind of in that way, but still. But yeah. So we've got a lot going on. So we'll talk. We'll get some behind the scenes stuff. Maybe we'll go to Discord, which you can join. Link down in the description or in the top of the chat, and we'll figure out when we'll do it. And how we'll do it, how it'll all be set up, and I'll get the graphics, and it'll all look nice, it'll all look pretty, so we'll all do that. So yeah, before we head on out of here, and you got to go talk to your guy, before you set Big Vinny on him. Any final thoughts or recaps or anything as this just got back with this getting back to know you, ladies and gentlemen, back to football, as ESPN and NFL Network would say.
Yeah, no, football's back. Now we can stop talking about the WNBA and the Caitlin Clark and all that stupid ass shit.
I love Sophie Cunningham. I do. I do love me some Sophie. I do. You got to do the point. I got to do the point. Let's go. But yeah, I agree. Like that's all been wonderful little fluff around and everything like that. But now it's serious business. Now it's serious business, ladies and gentlemen.
Now it's time for the big boys.
Now it's time for the main event to start getting ready. So we got preseason football coming up the next couple weeks here, and then the big shebang in just about 33 days, the start of the NFL season. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports with this little impromptu open bar. If you liked anything that you watched, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. If you want to help us out even more, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store down in the description below, along with our Discord. Yeah. Hall of Fame game was a banger. Got me ready for football. Before I get struck by lightning by our great Lord above, or Thor, whoever it is. I have no idea. My name is King. That is your good friend Jimbo right over there. This has been Stay Tuned Sports. Everybody else, have a great rest of your Friday. Stay safe.